Today we're gonna take a look at a place that has been left behind for more than 40 years right now. This lovely place used to be the property of Emily and Julien, a Belgian couple. The property is covered with barns and places to host animals, so it's most likely that these people were farmers. But something seemed odd about this house. In the living room, there's a marble fireplace, a very expensive piano, and lots of expensive antiques. And that's very mysterious to us, because people in that day could not afford those things by farming. We're gonna unravel this mystery together and see what these people did in life.
Let's sit down over here. And you're probably asking yourself, Leslie, why are you sitting inside of a forest? And that's because I have a special announcement to make this week. I've been making videos together with my brother for the last 4 years. My brother has always been the cameraman, but I've been the voice of the videos. And lots of people have commented down in the description that they really like my voice and that they should do something with it, that they should do like ASMR. Or meditation, or sleep stories, or something like that. And it happens to be that I've been meditating for the last 3 years, but I never had time to do something with it. Now I've finished my studies in July, and I finally got onto it, and I made a meditation channel that's called Wandering Mind. And I'm very happy to announce that the very first video is now online on that channel, and you can check it out in the description. It's actually a very different kind of meditation channel. We're going to do meditations inside of abandoned places with stories, and I'm really excited to know what you guys, my audience that have been following me for such a long time, think about what I made over there. So go check that out in the description after this video. So Leslie, I give the word to you right now. Start the video.
Welcome back. I'm really excited to explore this week's location because it's actually a true time capsule, like we don't see them anymore. Nowadays places get destroyed really fast, people go there and it gets overrun. But this one, I'm actually one of the first people to ever explore it. It's abandoned for around 50 years, a true Belgian time capsule. And I'm really excited to explore it. Behind the camera today is Josephine. She's helping me out. Jody couldn't come with me today. Her link will be in the description. She makes Instagram photos and she will be helping me out today. And as you can see, we are standing here in a barn, and the first finds that we see is this typical old school scale where you put weights at the end, and over here you would put the produce that you wanted to weigh off. There's a site over here in the barn. It's just all amazing stuff that we are going to see in this place. I'm really excited to take you on this tour throughout this place, and yeah, just let's go. Look what I also found here in the corner of the barn. There's something out of an old school jack that they used to, at the farm they would use it to hoist up something, and it would work like this. Wow, it's a fantastic machine. And I think the animals would be in here, housed in here, because this looks like something where they could drink from. Look over here, all the spider webs in this barn coming into this place. So, Emily and Julien lived in this place together, and what I've seen from throughout the place is that they probably also had a child. Why he didn't come back here and renovated the place, maybe sold it, I have no clue. But it's just really weird that places sit around for so long. Look at this magnificent stove that's standing here in the corner. It's a ceramic stove. You see them, they also always had these green colors. This one is no exception. From the types of equipment that we see over here hanging the belts, I think they probably had horses and cows. but I'm not 100% sure. Oh my gosh, look over here. This old school bicycle. Just a magnificent piece.
Hold on, pause the video. I'm literally editing the video right now and I just noticed this horn here in the barn. And this is a horn of a gramophone. And later on in the video, this is gonna come back, so keep this in mind. And this is one more reminder to me to better look and better search throughout these barns while I'm going through them. So next video, I'm gonna even spend more time looking through the barns. Let's go.
This is Josephine, if you didn't see her before. And we are now going to go into the house, but brace yourselves because this place looks really French. When I first saw the pictures of this place, I thought this has to be a place that's in France, but it was actually in Belgium. So let's go inside now because I'm just excited for it. Let's go into the place and uncover what Emily and Juliet have left behind. Wow. This was more like their utilities room, where they had their washing machine, and I think in the back here this was their drying machine. Yeah, it probably looks like it. Wow, some pots and pans. Look at all the spider webs up here. Just crazy. What I also always love is these built-in closets, these French style built-in closets. Like I just said to you before, this place looks so French. We're almost at the French border, so that's probably a reason why. But yeah, it looks so French. Look at the stove over here in the corner. It had some newspapers in it. Let's see what they were about. This is from 1950, it says over here. 1950. Wow. What I always find very interesting about these newspapers are the advertisements that are in them. As you can see here, we got an advertisement from Vrijen. That is still a company that's around, and it's a furniture company. You can see the old school way they used to do it. See a little article over here from some women getting water. And then we got this side of the washing room. All the spider webs on the window. And we see 2 coats hanging here. Probably from Julien and his wife Emily. This soap bar is also still here. But Josephine just pointed out this to me. And this looks like an urn. Oh my gosh. Uttermost respect for it, but I'm not gonna look at it. That's just too devastating. Too hard for me to look at. These doors are wonderful. They're also very small. But then we come into a room, an old school kitchen style of room, probably where I cooked all the meals. First thing we see when we enter this room is this table and all the papers on it. On this table I figured out that Emily and Juliet lived in this place, and I'm still a little bit confused about the dates because there are dates coming back from 1950, 1978. But 1978 is one of the last dates that I found in this place. See, there are some pictures up here about a cabin. Probably here. We are in the mountain region of Belgium, so there's also lots of snow here in the winter. I'm not going to go too deep into the papers on the table, but I can show you this newspaper. And this one was also from 1950. Also has some great advertisement in it for some dictionaries. And here for a kitchen that you could buy. Wow. Again, a built-in cabinet, built-in closet. I also love these stoves. What am I saying? These exhausters. These old school French exhausters. Like we see, mostly the people that lived here were also very religious. And then we have this little stove here in the corner, a Sam stove. And in this room there's also a bed. And that's probably because they moved the bed here, because they couldn't get upstairs anymore. They got too old and they had to move it down. What's in here? Oh my gosh, look at that. All these old school papers in here. I got a magazine from 1950 here. Wow. Oh my gosh. I really do believe that this place was abandoned in 1950. I'm gonna put it all back later, but there are also some other papers in here. I think these are some handwritten letters and stuff like that. Wow. Take a look at this. This is a handwritten French letter from somebody that probably lived in this place, or they got it sent to them. An old school letter from the ministry. Let's go a bit further. Look how many clocks they got up here. Oh my gosh, I'm ripping the wallpaper even. It has come down from the wall. I have to be careful to not destroy anything in this place. Over here on the ground we got the shoes. These look like men's shoes. Maybe Julien was the last person living in this place. But we also got a purse, so that might be of Emily. So cool to go around these places and find out the history and how these places got left behind. A walking cane here to the side. Another built-in cabinet full of spider webs. Oh my gosh. Look up here. Then we go right through here into the hallway. And this is where the people came into the house. Look at this door. If you're talking about a time capsule, this must be it. The room we are now going to enter into, I just looked, is something that you would not expect from a farm home. I've been thinking about what these people did for a living, because what you're going to see now is just not reasonable. They can't afford stuff like that in the 1950s from farming in Belgium. I'm going to find it out right now. Let's enter into this room because it's just like a French chateau that we're going to enter into. The first thing we see here in the corner of this room is a grand piano from the company Le Monde, but I'm not sure if they're still around, but they used to make some pretty incredible pianos. What I find very strange in this home is that it's in this farm home, and normally we could come across Le Monde pianos in castles and chateaus in France, but it's just over here in a Belgian farm home. These pianos would cost a fortune in the day. See, even the candles are still on it. Let's test out if it still plays. It does. Wow. Is this Mozart? I think so, right? I'm not really into that stuff. Look over here are all the plants. Have to be a bit careful with the neighbors. Don't know if they would get mad if I'm in here, but you have to always be very careful. This mirror is also so incredible, but it's very dirty. You can't even see me anymore. I'm waving to you. More plants over here. And what I wanted to show you next is these two paintings. This woman over here and this man on the other side of the stove. It was very common in the day to hang up a painting or a drawing of your parents next to the stove to show respect. In Belgium and in France they used to do it, and they also did it over here in this house. As you can see, they hang probably the man or the woman hanged up her parents next to the fireplace. In front of it is this incredible green fireplace that we always see coming back. These are coal stoves. Sorry, stove, not fireplace. There's even some coals left behind down here. Completely made out of marble. Look at this clock. Oil and vinegar pots. And I believe this man over here, this was our beloved Julien. He lived in this place. Wow. See, there's nothing in here anymore. Maybe this was one of his children that hangs up here on the wall. Wow. A little sofa down here. Man with a mustache. I got another one up here. Okay. We haven't gone through this door, so we're gonna have a look right now and discover what's left in here. Oh, wow. This looks like another bedroom. Look at the bed over there. Completely destroyed by nature. I have to look out because the whole floor is filled with all kinds of antique furniture and wine bottles over here. I don't know why, but you can see over the years this building is just falling apart. Let's see. I got a fireplace over here in this room. And a little, yeah, this looks like a children's bed. So the picture that we just saw in the living room might probably be his child. Another door leading through somewhere where we haven't been before. Oh my gosh, I'm almost falling in here. Look at this. Oh, this is just falling apart. It's like we're going into time. Oh, I have to be careful in here. I really have to. Excuse me, guys. This looks like a bread oven where they bake bread for the family. Look at this. It's not pretty safe in this room because look at the stones above the door. They just came loose. They're hanging on this beam right now. And we just crawled underneath that. It's just crazy. Let's have a look. What's up here? To quickly have a look. But I'm not going up there, so I'm gonna have you guys have a look at it. Okay, let's come back. I forgot to mention the stained glass over here on the windowsill. It's just so beautiful. I know some of you might like this, so I'm filming it in detail. Again, so much spider webs. Now let's head back into the hallway because we're gonna take a look upstairs right now. There's one more thing I want to mention here in the hallway, and then I just forgot it. It's this beautiful blue chandelier over here. Wow. And then we have to stay away here, leaning up. Let's see what we can find up here. I'm really excited for it. Wallpaper is just stripping off. Wow, they had to stud this place because it's falling apart. So probably somebody still owns it and cares about it. Yeah, not too much, but they care enough about it to put a little stud here to not make the building collapse, I think. Oh my gosh. But it has been placed here a long time ago. You can see the spider webs attaching to it.
Kijk, die katten met dingen.
Josephine says something to me in Dutch to look at the floor. Look at all these. Wow, this is a little jar full of olives or cherries maybe. Wow, this looks like tomatoes. A long time ago. Whoa. Underneath the spider webs into this room. This is one of the bedrooms. Oh, they just threw some stuff in here. Oh my gosh. That one looks still pretty nice. Yes. This is the master bedroom of this place. Look at it. So Frenchy. So the incaved wall, where they had this extra room into the wall, that's so French. That's so French. There used to be a bed in here, I think. They mostly made this for a bed, but here in this case they hang up some umbrellas, and they had a little chair over here in the corner. Wow. Mr. Jesus Christ. And then look over here on the floor. No way. There's an agenda from 1972. Wow. And here are some dates and some calculations in there. So incredibly classy. Also next to the bed is a chamber pot. Because the residents of this place, Emily and Juliet, probably got very old living here. Oh, their pajamas are still on the bed over here. A vanity of our beloved Emily. Let's see if there are some perfumes left. I love. Whoa! Look at these devices over here. No way. And I'm not 100% sure what they are, but they have to do with cartography or something like that. It's so incredibly cool. There's another one. Gonna place it back nicely. Got some little Bibles in here. It's an old school Bible. What's this device? Does anybody know what this device is? There's this little gear on the top of it. I'm not 100% sure. Wow. And a beautiful vanity, of course. Look what I just found in the drawer. This is a ticket for the Grand Theatre in Brussels. With 40 francs it costed, and it even has a designated seat on the back. How cool is that?
Just to give you an idea, this is the Grand Theatre in Brussels, and that ticket costed 40 francs. So that's translated to today's money, €1. Can you imagine going to a theater that looks like this for €1? That's how old this place is. Inflation.
Just how cool. And there are even more of these tickets in here for another theater, also in Brussels. Wow. Let's go further. I want to point out this stove one more time. Lovely piece. There's some sort of an attic here. A lot of antiques have been thrown up here. There's a bed. Look at this bed. It has springs in it. It just has springs in it for the mattress. Wow. This looks like a little workbench. Maybe Juliet was a cartographer or something like that. But I haven't found any other tools to do that job. So I'm not sure of it. Look how the roof has collapsed up here. At the back here, I have to be a bit careful walking up here, but we have like a little baby crib. And all these bottles for wine. The roof is just crazy. Also, we got some horse collars up here, so we might be a bit more sure that these people had horses for a living. Maybe they did horse racing or something like that. That's maybe why they could afford this big of a house. I still want to go up here, check that part out. Look up here. Oh my gosh. Have to be a bit careful walking up here. Got a little jug for washing. Some milk crates up here. All these papers down here. That's just insane. Okay, I want to go through here. You can see also the barn up here. Another stove. They got many stoves up here. Wow. No way.
Yes, there it is. The bottom part of the gramophone. You already found the top part, Leslie, but you didn't know.
What I've just found is 1 out of 1,000. This used to be a gramophone. Only the gramophone part is gone. You can see? And place it up there. This piece is just so incredibly old. Whoa. Look at that. I'm on a treasure hunt. Another vanity up here. They also stored some plates. And the whole floor is actually covered here with all these little booklets and bound papers, religious notes. I want to find the gramophone part, the top part.
Yeah, boy, you're not gonna find it up here. It's somewhere else.
The horn, maybe you could say. Wow, I don't think I'm gonna find it. We were just looking at these wallpapers up here. We were pretty curious what's in them. They're already pretty rotten, so we just gotta show you. Look at this. Can you roll it out a little bit more? Wow, they are just magnificent. This used to be the wallpapers that are downstairs. They're just lying here upstairs. Okay, now it's time to go into the dungeon. The basement. Oh my gosh, look at all these spider webs up here. This is an old school Belgian/French style basement that we are entering into. Oh my gosh. Look at all the bottles here. It's also pretty cold in here. Look at the basement. Wow. Not really that interesting, but I just like to see them. Oh, these little balls. I'm not gonna go further into here. Just magnificent to see. They had a drinking problem, I think. Or they sold wine. One of the two. Wow, this was one of the coolest places I have ever explored. Such a time capsule, everything left behind, and the great history behind it. What I found upstairs in the attic. Mind-blowing. I want to thank you very much for watching this week's video. And I have made some changes to my Patreon also. I've added incredible benefits, like getting your name at the end of the video, like getting Zoom calls with me. I'm also thinking about merchandise in Patreon. So check out that link in the description. This helps me a lot with exploring around the world, and you get some nice benefits from it. Like always, guys, I love you very much, and we'll see you next week.